Welcome back to CommuniTips, sponsored by Notary Stars. My name is Beth Hathoot. I have a Michigan notary with me today. His name is Joe Lopez. Joe has a really awesome, effective, efficient tip for you on how to use QR codes. Joe, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what your tip is.
Hi, Beth. I appreciate you having me on here this afternoon. I've had an idea to add some QR codes to my cards and everything to help people be able to find my site quicker. And I just had an idea on how to get paid online using these QR codes. And for people who don't know what a QR code is, it's a machine readable code that consists of black and white squares, basically. And it's usually used to point people directly to a specific page on the internet. You probably have seen it commonly used in stores and restaurants these past couple of years. So how I came about actually doing this was the vast majority of my clients pay me with cash or check. Every once in a while, somebody wants to pay me online using PayPal or another online site. So I had an appointment a couple of weeks ago. She asked me if I accepted Venmo. So I had to get my phone out, unlock the phone, dig around, find the app, try to find out how I could have her pay me. And she took my phone, she took me right into the app and she said, "You have a QR code in your app." I didn't even know that. So after the appointment, I decided it's finally time to add these QR codes to my cards and such. And I wanted to come up with a way that I could easily show that code to my clients. So I was going to put it on a card and just have that card in my bag. And then I thought the card is going to get lost in the bag and I'm going to have to spend time trying to find it, right? So I wanted to print a two-sided card and attach it to a strap in my bag so it's always there and it's always easy to find. So that's exactly what I've done. I grabbed the QR codes for PayPal and the QR codes for Venmo, and they're both on a card, and a client can easily scan that and pay me within a minute. So that's what I ended up.
Really effective too, to put it on a card and to leash it, lanyard, stick it on a lanyard, yeah. So that you can find it. You could even hang it on your bag or make it part of your ID if you want an ID lanyard. But that's even more efficient, and that's what kind of sparked my attention. That's even more efficient than just putting it on a card and throwing it in your bag, because by the time you find it in your bag, you're about at the same time lapse as if you were fumbling on your phone trying to find the app and how to get that to somebody. I just think that's brilliant. Perfect.
Good. I am glad you like it.
So you also, something else that I noticed that you share is a QR code on your business cards. Is that right?
That is correct. With the next printing of my cards, I am going to add a QR code as well. So what you have up there on top, that's actually side 2 of my card. And that QR code will take people straight to my website. And what you see underneath is I actually have a version of my card that's on a magnet that I hand out to people. So each time I introduce myself when I go to an appointment, I hand them one card and one magnet. So that magnet will be on someone's fridge, someone's cabinet, someone's wall, and anybody can just scan that code with the camera in their phone and instantly go to my website. I am planning to order the card soon, and I did order the magnets last week, so I should have those any day now.
So when they scan and go to your website, Joe, do you have an area on your website where they can review you? Because we know reviews for
Very important.
All of us, thousands of notaries out there, the only way we can rise to the top is with more reviews on Google and Yelp and everybody else. So do you have that on your website? So once they go to your website using that QR code, they can actually review you there?
Absolutely. I do have a link to my page on LinkedIn. I have a Facebook page for my company. It takes them to my Google business page as well as Yelp. So yes, I do have all those options out there. Great question.
Those are all really important things too. So one other question that I may have not brought up with you before, but can you also book an appointment on your website?
I do not have that offered now. I have a full-time job that I do. So I do the notary work on the side and when I have time available. So I
Okay.
like to actually talk to the client and to book a time that's convenient for both them and for me. However, if I were to do this full time, that would be a great thing to add as well, for sure.
So is it relatively easy for any notary or any person to find a QR code or build a QR code and bring it into a business card or a placket like you have for your payments?
I think it is. It was actually quite easy on my cards because I use Vistaprint to make my cards. And when I did go out there to add it, I thought that I would have to go outside on the web to have a QR code made and then to import that. But I saw they actually have an option to insert a QR code on your card. So I clicked that option. You have to enter in the site that you want the QR code to point to. And it did embed that code right on my card within a minute. So hinging on the company that you use to create your cards, they might actually have an option to do that for you.
So
It
you're
was
literally just putting in the URL and they're creating the code based on that URL.
absolutely, yes. Now, when I did want to make the cards to have people pay me online, I did have to create those myself. I actually took a screenshot of each of the QR codes using the apps on my phone. I did import those images to a program called Publisher, and I actually, created these cards myself. I did upload the file to a thumb drive. I took that up to Office Max. They were able to print this card both sides and laminate it and punch that little hole in it for me. And they charged me all of $5 to do that. So
Very
I
cost
think that
effective.
was a great investment for me as well. So
I just think those are really fabulous ideas. They're effective, they're efficient, they're convenient, but for you and for your customer, I just think it's a really brilliant idea. And I can imagine a few other applications that we might be using that for as well, but we'll leave that for another time. Joe,
cool.
thank you so much for being here and sharing that tip with our notary community. We appreciate you.
You're welcome, Beth. And I also appreciate you and everything that you do online to help us all out. So thank you very much.
You have a good weekend. See
You as well. Peace out.